First and foremost, thank you to everybody who has come to witness the righting of this historical injustice that was served upon us as members of the Nation of Islam. Firstly, I would like to thank the Honourable Minister Louis Farrakhan for guiding me and authorising me to pursue this case on behalf of the Nation of Islam. Secondly, I would like to thank all of our legal team. I'd like to thank Counsel Martin Ford QC, Barrister Ian Daniels, Barrister Tamara Mohammed, and our solicitor Andre Clovis, and his assistants Lucinda Hawthorne and Caroline Bayard. Today we received a declaration from the Honourable Judge Lord Justice Garnham pertaining to the fact that Lambeth Council and the Metropolitan Police have admitted to acting improperly in regards to the breaching of the human rights of the members of the Nation of Islam and others by prohibiting us from hearing a historic live message from the Honourable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and also prohibiting myself as a British citizen and other members of the Nation of Islam and other speakers August the 5th, 2017. Lambeth Council's egregious policy was enforced by the Metropolitan Police, who was of the mind that it was acceptable to try to determine who we as black people of African descent should listen to. We hope that the outcome of this case sends a strong message to Lambeth and others. You will never again be able to tell us, the black community, who we can or cannot listen to without being fought ferociously. We will fight you 24 hours of 23 hours, 56 minutes and 46 seconds of every day, 7 days a week. We will fight you if you try to impose upon us your restrictions and control what goes into our ears. We will not accept that. We preserve our dignity. We will use every penny that we have to preserve our dignity and our sovereign right of freedom of speech and freedom of expression. For the record, we are no longer, or we are not the property of Lambeth or the Metropolitan Police. We are no longer the property of Mr. Henry Tate, whose wealth was derived from sugar plantations in the Caribbean, who still enjoys being prominently displayed in Windrush Square, in Brixton, in Lambeth. We are here to further prove we are no longer the property of the UK's longest serving Prime Minister, William Gladstone, who owned thousands of our ancestors whom he referred to as slaves during the 2-decade reign as Prime Minister. And for those of you who don't know, a slave is a person whose freedom and authority is ruled over by another, and whose sphere of movement is limited according to the wishes of his master. That Lambeth Council tried to enforce and impose upon us August the 5th, 2017. We have asked for nothing other than to be treated fairly. All we desire and have desired is freedom, justice, and equality. We want to enjoy the same level of freedom, justice, and equality in Lambeth that the gay community enjoy, that Jewish members of the community enjoy, that Caucasian people enjoy, that Asians enjoy. We believe it's our right as black people who are responsible for rebuilding this country after the Second World War to be afforded these privileges of being able to determine for ourselves our future and how we should evolve. And in the words of William Gladstone, he is the one who is famous for coining the phrase, justice delayed is justice denied. Unfortunately, the question that must be raised is, why did it take almost 4 years to settle this case, costing the taxpayers over £1 million? Even though we are willing, or were willing, to sit at the table with Lambeth Council before embarking upon this litigation, they refused to sit with us, which forced us to have to take legal action. It is clear both parties, August the 5th, 2017, sought to divide the black community. We joined ranks with other members of our community to bring forth healing amongst ourselves. Not to beg the government or Lambeth for anything, but to self-repair by first putting our differences aside and working together to give an example to our brothers and sisters throughout this country and throughout the world. As black people, we are generally criticized and accused of not taking responsibility for our community. However, when we seek to take responsibility, we are shut down and our basic human rights are breached. Going forward, we want the black community to be left alone to direct the narrative in regards to reparations and how best to pursue what is owed to us, which will be based upon freedom, justice, and equality. Moving forward, and in my conclusion, Lambeth Council and the Metropolitan Police sought to humiliate us publicly, and it would be a measure of their sincerity if they could each apologize publicly to the black community for their transgressions. And as their transgression was in public, the apology should be in public. We, the claimants, are encouraged and accept the invitation offered by Lambeth Council to meet with them to discuss how we can work together positively for the benefit of our community. We are optimistic that Lambeth Council will permit us the use of Kennington Park this year so that we may celebrate Ada 2021, so that we may hear a live broadcast from the Honourable Minister Louis Farrakhan, so that these historic wrongs can be righted. Freedom, justice and equality must be the premise on which our future relations with Lambeth and others are based upon. Thank you, and God be the glory. To God be the glory. Thank you.